Myles, what does this award mean to you, especially the way last season ended? You know, obviously in a lot of controversy, for you to be able to be nominated by the organization for this.
To me, this has nothing to do with what happened last year. So this is completely focused on this year and what I've been able to do on and off the field as a teammate and as a leader in Waterboys and on the Cleveland Browns. And I can't do it without the guys in here, the coaches, as well as Chris Long and other members of the Waterboys Foundation. And the things I get to do on my own, I've only been blessed to be able to do that because of loving parents and friends that keep me motivated. So it's really an honor to be in the same breath as someone like Sweetness and to be up for an award like that. It's something you always aspire to achieve, and I'm just trying to keep this kind of momentum going for us.
You know, I know you'd always been involved in stuff before, and obviously you were the captain of the Waterboys, like you said before. But I also know that you've said you didn't want to let that define you. So, that incident define you. So, is there some kind of, satisfaction in knowing that you've still been able to do all the things, off the field and show people that you're about much more than that action?
I mean, it was never going to deter me or shake my spirit and take me off the path I've been on and I was going to go. I've always wanted to do these kind of things, and nothing's going to change that.
Thank you, Nate. Jeff Shadell, your line is open.
Hey, Myles, I don't expect you to go into the whole thing, but can you explain for those of us who don't know, how did you get involved in Waterboys in the first place, and how did you choose that as your crusade?
Well, I had been personally motivated, in my mother, trying to get water to impoverished countries since I was in high school. Just so happened that when I got to the NFL, Chris Long reached out to me about it. He had watched me play, liked my play style, and he felt like I'd be a good match for what he was trying to do and eventually lead this thing. And it just happened to work out pretty well. He found me on social media. We naturally had a good chemistry and connected, and we both wanted the same things, and here we are.
Thank you, Jeff. Tony Grossi, you're up.
Thanks, Myles. Congratulations, Myles. In previous interviews, you said you considered retirement briefly. Was there a defining moment where you decided I'm not going to retire, and who influenced you the most during that pensive time?
Just my family. I keep my circle pretty small, and I keep them close. And just talking to them and just asking questions on how to move on, how to do better, and how to come back. And just telling me there was nothing wrong with the man I was before. You just got to continue to be that. Don't let the shake your faith or the plan that God has for you. And I was set on a good path. Started early on with my brand, and my parents have kept that going with me as a person. I've been blessed with great coaches and great teammates who have kind of shared those ideals and been willing to put up with me and sometimes a little bit of my silence. But and I've just been trying to speak up more and be better, take on that leadership role on and off the field, and just do what I can. Be where I can, be where my feet are. But when I have the chance to branch out and help people and be a positive influence, I'll do it anytime I can.
Did someone in particular influence you to be more of a vocal leader this year, both on and off the field?
And I just heard it enough where it's like I gotta make a change. I heard it, even since high school, college. You gotta be more of a vocal leader. I've always been more of a, I let my play speak for itself. And I couldn't really understand what more they needed out of me. That excitement, that vocality, if you will. I didn't understand how important it was until I was around a guy like Kirko. I had Mario, the leaders like that who really got guys going, willing to go out there and lay it all on the line. Now, I'm never going to be that good at leading and speaking as they are, because it's just some are really born with it. Some it just comes natural. I mean, just being willing to just say what I have to say at any time, willing to lead my guys and go through thick and thin.
Thanks. Congrats again.
Thank you, Tony. Our next question goes to Dan Lobby.
Hey, Myles, you mentioned his name a couple times, but Chris Long is a guy that's won this award before. Played your same position. Is he a guy that has sort of set an example for you? And I mean, who are some other guys that have kind of set that example for you as far as community work and stuff like that?
I'm pretty sure I was there when he did win it. I think I was sitting down at his table when he did win it. He is an example. I mean, Sweetness is the example. There's J.J. Watt's the example. You have a lot of people who have done great things for their communities and for their teams and for their hometowns that don't get the recognition. But it's not about that. It's not about being honored and recognized and praised for what you're doing. It's just about doing it. You don't have to have your name called. You don't have to have your name on a banner or hung up or anything. It's how you live your life. It's the love and the actual kindness that you have in your heart that you can't really show. You'll never be able to explain to people that this is not for show. You're not trying to put this out so you can get credit. This isn't a homework assignment. This isn't a test. You're not trying to show this that I am holier than thou. You're doing it because this comes naturally. This is who I am. This is who I was raised to be, and this is the kind of world that I envision for others. I'm just trying to do better.
Thanks.
Thank you, Dan. Mary Kay Cabot, you're up.
In terms of your on the field performance this year, Myles, I mean, from the outside looking in, it really does look like you've taken it up a notch, that you're making more of those game wrecking plays. Do you feel that way? Do you feel like you have, just increased your ability and your talent level on the football field, or are we just seeing it differently? How is that playing out?
It sets up for y'all's interpretation. I can only go out there and put my best foot forward each Sunday, and the season's not over yet. So I got a lot of time to keep on improving, keep on making those game-breaking plays and being a difference maker out there. But I can't do it without the guys in the facility, the coaches, putting me in a position to make those plays.
But do you feel like you are having, I mean, this is your best career season? Is this the best Myles that has ever been out there?
Well, Myles in high school had like 22 sacks, if that counts for anything.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Mary Kate. Dale Ryder.
Hey, Myles. Baker mentioned after the Titans game about fans needing to reset their expectations for the Browns because you guys as players have kind of changed the standards within the team. So I wanted to ask you, as one of those corner piece leaders of this team, if, from your perspective, you could just, comment on or explain what are the standards of the Cleveland Browns today?
Standards. I guess we'll just be laying it all on the line. We're never going to back down against anybody. We're going to be gritty, we're going to be grimy, going to be tough. We're going to go out there and we're going to try and run the ball down your throat. We're going to mix it up. We're going to try and come at you and attack you different ways, on offense and on defense. We're going to try and get after you as a quarterback, and we're going to try and stuff the run. We're trying to swarm you. And it's not about the record. We want to have success. It's obvious. Every team wants to have success, but it's about going out there and achieving the things that you want to do every Sunday. And I think right now we're doing that, but we have to continue playing together. That's been the difference really this year. Playing together, having a better cohesion as a unit, and less penalties, and that's really driven us to make those big plays on all three phases.
And how ready and excited are you to play your next two games in the national spotlight on primetime TV? You feel like you've taken those steps where you guys as a team are ready for the big stage now?
Well, I think so. I think we've been there a couple of times this year and last year, and so now we just have to go out there and do it. I don't think it's really any different than just playing ball in the practice field. Especially with COVID and pandemic, there's not going to be as many fans. Can't see anybody that's watching you on TV. It's there, but you block all of that out. You're just worried about the people in front of you and the people next to you.
Thanks, Sarah. We'll take two more, Scott Petrick and George Thomas.
Hey, Myles, when you're watching the Ravens and Lamar takes that fourth down run and goes for the touchdown, or he's avoiding pressure and guys can't get to him, like what goes through your head?
College. I think we unleashed this beast upon the NFL. Playing him in Louisville in the bowl game, his first game was against us, and we were told that he was just some wide receiver that got moved to quarterback, and then he ended up being one of the most dynamic football players that we've seen in quite a long time. And I just kind of flashed back to that, and now we have to deal with it. We had to find a way to contain this guy and stop him. It's been tough for every team to do that, but got to find a way.
It seems like defenses really struggle to get a big hit on him. Do you remember him taking a big one? And then how frustrating is it when you can't get that shot on the quarterback?
So slippery, man. He's elusive when he's on the open field, but when he's in the pocket, he never takes one of those shots where he doesn't see you like at all. He's never completely unaware of your presence. He kind of ignores it. He's like, I can still make the play. And so you really just have to shoot your shot. This guy is gonna make you miss on a few, and you're gonna make those plays. But some of those he's one of the best for a reason. He's last year's MVP.
Thanks.
We'll go to Tony Grossi as George lowered his hand. Tony, go ahead. One question, please.
Thank you. Myles, I just checked. You have 5 penalties this year, and they're just offsides, encroachment, those kind of things. In the past, you received some cheap, hits on quarterbacks. How were you able to harness that part of your game and make plays while not drawing flags that were kind of iffy before?
I feel like that's been kind of a subject of controversy in the last couple of years, of how they've been changing the rule on how far you want your defender taking a shot on the quarterback, 2 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps. So I feel like if I'm close enough, if I'm already leaning in for the tackle and I'm 2 steps away, I'm going to shoot my shot. Maybe he pumps the ball and he brings it back in, I force a fumble. Those kind of things. When you're leaning in, you're not thinking about that. You're just thinking about the play. But now, I've been just trying to keep my head up and just get the ball up. You can't get a penalty if you keep your chest up and you're just trying to go for the ball. Now it's just being smart about it and getting one for the team, not just completing the sack, just completing the play.
So it was something you did consciously work on this year?
Yeah, it was a more important play for us to take the ball away than to just have the sack.